How's it going, guys? Manny here, back with another video, bringing you guys my Ghost Stadium Freestyle tournament that I participated in. As you can see on the date there was the 5th, but if you guys have participated in online tournaments before, you have to kind of figure out when the best time to play your opponent is, since most people are going to be in different time zones. If you haven't heard about Ghost Stadium, highly recommend checking it out. It's literally an entire Discord dedicated PvP. I'm sure most of you guys have heard of it by now. But yeah, if you haven't, highly recommend checking it out. But yeah, so this was my first, I want to say first real open freestyle tournament I participated in. And I had a lot of fun with it. You know, there was some times where I was getting a little stressed trying to think about what I wanted to pick for my team. But yeah, so for each of the matches, I'll have, again, my team and my opponent's team on the side of the screen here. But yeah, let's get straight into round one, shall we? So yeah, so jumping into round one here, I believe you're going to see a really common lead for me. Um, but I start off with Skarmory. She starts out with Tropius. Obviously, a good matchup for me here, since Tropius is going to be weak to the flying type, even though he is also part flying. But as you can see here, she's going to end up shielding the sky attack here. And we're just going to go to town to build up as much energy as we can. She switches out to the defense form Deoxys, and I'm going to go ahead and launch a sky attack here, hoping to burn another shield or to do some damage. And she's going to let that go through. And then I immediately switch out to my own defense form Deoxys here. So I'm going to go ahead and let this attack move go through because I wanted to see what it was. And it's a Psycho Boost, knowing that it's not going to do hardly anything. I'm going to go ahead and use a Rock Slide to see if I can burn a shield here. She's going to let that go as well. And again, I'm going to let this here thinking it's going to be another Psycho Boost, but it's a Rock Slide, which is okay. So now I know that her Deoxys is basically the same as mine, Psycho Boost and Rock Slide. So, but I'm able to take down her Deoxys, and I have a Rock Slide ready to go. And she lets that go through. Probably should have shielded there, but that Haunter obviously going to do work against my Deoxys. And here I'm debating what I'm going to bring out. I bring out the Melmetal, and I shield here. I probably didn't need to, but I was expecting a Shadow Ball. But obviously Shadow Punch was what was used. I decided not to shield here because I know it's another Shadow Punch. And we're going to launch a Rock Slide here. And hoping to draw a shield, but she lets that go. So she brings back in Tropius. I'm going to go ahead and shield this here. And I'm going to obviously go for a Rock Slide. This is going to burn her last shield. And I believe I'm able to get off another Rock Slide before she can get off her Leaf Blade here. Yeah, so even though Razor Leaf does a lot of damage, my Melmetal was able to build off that second Rock Slide quick. So I end up taking game one, and I get some Stardust as my reward, which is always nice. You can never have too much Stardust. Going into game two here, I'm going to lead with my defense form Deoxys. She leads with Altaria. Another good matchup for me because, again, Rock Slide going to be doing a lot of damage to that Altaria. But, again, Dragon Breath does hurt, as you can see here. Build up a Rock Slide, and she's going to shield this, I believe. Yep. And we're just going to do as much damage as we can. I'm going to go ahead and shield this Sky Attack here. I probably could have tanked this. I mean, I know I could have tanked this, but I wanted to preserve my health on my Deoxys and fire off one more Rock Slide here, which I believe she shields again. Yeah, so now she's down both shields. I'm going to go ahead and switch into Melmetal. And as you can see there, I'm tapping the Rock Slide, but she gets to switch off here. And it switches into Bastion. But it's actually a pretty interesting matchup here because of how slow Bastion charges up his moves. I'm able to get off quite a bit of Rock Slides here and actually do a decent amount of damage to her Bastion here. As you can see here, that is the third Rock Slide now that I have used. And she's not shielding. So here she finally gets her charge move, which I'm going to block here because it is the Flamethrower. And again, just gonna pretty much just eat away at this Bastion with Rock Slides. And right here, I could have gotten another one right here, but I actually over tap, as you'll see right now. And she's able to get off a Flamethrower to finish off my Melmetal. But again, the one Melmetal basically almost beats the Bastion on its own, which is kind of hilarious. So you can see her bring back the Deoxys, take his Bastion out, or her Bastion out. She brings in her own Deoxys, and now it's just basically a mirror match, which I'm going to lose this mirror match here because obviously my Deoxys has way less health than hers does. And then my last Pokemon, unfortunately, is a Skarmory. So not looking too well for me for game two here. And as you can see, Rock Slide going to be doing a good chunk of damage, but it doesn't really matter because she still has that third Pokemon in the bag for her. So just do whatever damage I can here. And she's going to launch another charge move on me, and even though I can take down her Deoxys here, she still has the Altaria, so GG's to her. She ends up taking game two. But yeah, I was kind of surprised at how well Melmetal stood up against that Bastion. That was really surprising to me. Pick up a rare candy, would have loved more Stardust, but whatever. Going on to the third game of round one. Start off with the Deoxys. She starts off with Metachan. Positive matchup for me here. And again, we're just going to go to town. As you can see me there just spamming Psycho Boost. Gonna not shield this Power Punch because it does nothing to me. And I'm gonna let this Power Boost go through. And she does. I was expecting her to shield that. And right here, she gets off another charge move. I'm not going to block this either. I know it's going to do more damage. But I decided to preserve my shield there. Go over with another Psycho Boost, and I think she shields this. Yeah, so. And now it's just kind of a race to see if I can get another Psycho Boost off, which I'm able to. And hopefully burn her last shield or let it go through. And she ends up burning her last shield. And I go ahead and switch out to Skarmory. And I shield this. I probably didn't need to. I probably didn't need to shield that because I could have just, as you can see there, I just took down the Metachan with ease. And I know she has no shields left, so I'm going to go ahead and use Flash Cannon here, which is going to do a decent amount of damage to Bastion. And pretty much we're going to do the same thing, even though you see me there tapping on Sky Attack. I go for another Flash Cannon here. And I'm going to launch the Flash Cannon again, doing a good chunk of damage. And then her Bastion's going to take down my Skarmory here, which I'm completely fine with. She probably actually didn't need to use the shield or the Stone Edge there. But as you can see there, little weird glitch happened where my Zoom Roll just apparently decided to switch out. Which is fine, though, because Playro's going to be doing a good amount of damage to Deoxys here. But yeah, with the Bastion, she probably didn't need to use Stone Edge to take down my Skarmory. Her fast attacks probably could have done it alone. And then she would have had a charge move ready to go, but it is what it is. And yeah, we're just going to town on this Deoxys with Zoom Roll, with a Play Rough. And we're going to be able to, I think we can tank this here. A Psycho Boost. Yeah, we already tanked that, and then we'll take down the Deoxys on Fast Moves alone. And then I have an Ice Beam ready to go for her Metachan, which is going to take it out. So yeah, so GG's on round one. I end up taking that and going 2-1 on that. And yeah, I get some more Stardust, which, again, can never have too much enough Stardust. Going into round two here. Going to start off with my defense from Deoxys. Spoiler alert, you're going to see Deoxys' lead a lot in this video. So, yeah, I got a lot new, whole new respect for defense from Deoxys. And yeah, we're just going to farm away. As you can see here, she's not actually doing any damage to me. There was lag here, and I offered to replay this first match, but she didn't seem to care. But yeah, so after this first match, I said, hey, I noticed you weren't doing damage right away. Did you want to replay it? And she just said, no, let's just keep going. So, but yeah, so as you can see there, she switches to Sableye. I go ahead and switch to a Zoom Roll. And obviously this is a positive matchup for me here. And I'm not going to shield any of the charge moves here. And I just have going for a Play Rough, as you can see there. Overcharged a little bit, then decided just to build up a little more energy before launching a Play Rough. And obviously she's going to let that go. That wouldn't have been a wise shield there. She brings out her own Zoom Roll. And I go for an Ice Beam to kind of bluff a shield. And doesn't work. So, but yeah. I believe I shield this here. Do I shield this? Nope. Let that go through. And go for a Play Rough here. And I think she shields it this time, if I remember this right. Yep, so she ends up shielding that. So the bluff didn't work, unfortunately. So I end up shielding here. Probably didn't need to, but I knew I could probably get off one more Play Rough if I did. And either burn a shield or do some damage. And I actually end up burning her shield. So I actually now am... I do have the shield advantage here. As you can see me, they're trying to get one more charge attack off, but didn't work. So now I'm kind of debating what I want to bring out here. And I bring in the Deoxys, because I know he's going to be able to withstand whatever charge move she brings. But even though I do shield here, I probably didn't need to shield that. That would have done a chunk of damage, but wasn't necessary. Go for a Psycho Boost to take out her Azumarill. And then it's Metachan, which has a positive matchup, or I have a positive matchup against Metachan with the Psycho Boost here regardless. But I still switch out to Skarmory just because, just to be safe, I guess. Goes with a Power Punch, does nothing right away. And we're going to be able to basically win this match here with the Sky Attack. So yeah, again, I did offer to replay the first match, but they didn't really seem to care. So it is what it is. Going on to game two. And we're going to lead off again with the Deoxys. She leads off with Altaria, a good positive matchup for us. Again, even though Dragon Breath is going to be doing a good amount of damage, as you can see here. I'm going to go ahead and launch a Rock Slide to either burn the shield or again do some damage. And she's going to let that go through. So I think she was expecting Psycho Boost. But I'm going to go ahead and let the Sky Tech go through and just keep chunking away at Altaria's health, launching another Rock Slide, which I believe she shields this. Yeah, so she shields that. And then I switch out to a Azumarill here. And I believe she brings in Sableye, which wasn't the smartest play, in my opinion, because Play Rough's going to hurt this. As you can see there, pretty much almost one hits her Sableye. And yeah, so I don't know what her plan was there. And then she has Meta Chance. So at this point, I kind of knew that I was going to win this, mainly because Play Rough's going to be doing a lot of damage to pretty much everything on our team. And I'm going to go ahead and let this Power Up Punch go through, because that will do nothing to Azumarill. And yeah, we're just going to go to town. Again, I'm not going to shield any of these moves here. She brings an Ice Punch, and I'm going to take down this Metachan on just fast moves alone. Going to go with an Ice Beam, which I believe she shields this. But in the end, it really actually doesn't matter because you know, I'm going to be able to take this game. And I end up shielding this so I could. Fire off another Ice Beam for the win here. So yeah, so Azumarill, very, very OP Pokemon for Great League, in my opinion. So, but yeah, so I end up taking round 2, going on to round 3, and surprise, surprise, we are going to lead off with my new favorite Great League Pokemon, the Defense Form Deoxys. He leads with Skarmory. Again, another positive matchup again. Rock Slide going to be doing a good chunk of damage here. And I go for a Psycho Boost to kind of bluff his shield, hopefully it works. And it doesn't. So I think he wanted to see what move I was going to use. And he thought right. I decided not to block that Sky Attack. And we're going for a Rock Slide here, hoping to, again, burn his shield or do some damage. And he's going to let that go through. So I think he was expecting I had just only the Psycho Boost and decided not to shield for that. So I shield this Sky Attack here, knowing I can take down this Skarmory on fast moves alone. And now I have a Psycho Boost ready to go for whatever he brings out, being Venusaur. And he's going to shield that, which is a smart call. So, as you can see here, I'm trying to get off one more Psycho Boost, which I'm able to do. So either burn another shield or do some damage. And he ends up burning both shields there. So again, I do have shield advantage here, and I go ahead and bring in Skarmory. And we see here, we run into a little bit of lag. And yeah, so as you can see there, he has a shield, or he has a charge move ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and let that go. And he immediately switches out to Azumarill, and I'm going to go ahead and switch out to Venusaur, which has Razor Leaf. I decided to go with Razor Leaf over Vine Whip just because I wanted to see how much damage it would do compared to Vine Whip. And as you can see, that Razor Leaf doing a good chunk of damage. And even though he's got the Ice Beam, I'm able to take down his Azumarill, and then I got a Frenzy Plant ready to go for his Venusaur. Probably could have gone Sludge Bomb, or I probably should have gone Sludge Bomb, I should say. But it doesn't really matter here, as you can see here, because I can bring in Skarmory, and he's going to be able to tank whatever charge move he brings, and then finish it off basically with fast attack moves. So, yeah, so take round 3 there. So going on to the final round here. This round was actually the one that took the longest to do, just because, again, the time difference. But again, I started off with the Defense Form Deoxys, and so does he. Again, Defense Form Deoxys was basically my lead for this entire tournament. And now we're just exchanging blows, seeing who has what movesets. I go with a Rock Slide here. He's going to let that go through. And he's building up energy there, and he's going to switch out to Sableye. And you can see here, I'm trying to switch out to Azumarill, but it lagged a little bit, and he's got some good damage on me. I'm going to let whatever charge move this brings, because, again, it's not going to do anything. And we're just building up to a Play Rough here, which I believe he's going to shield this. Yep, so he shields that. And again, I'm going to let this Foul Play go through, even though it does a good chunk of damage. I just know that overall, Azumarill can win this matchup. But again, Foul Play does charge up pretty quickly, so I end up burning shield there. And I go for a Play Rough to, again, either KO with Sableye or burn the shield. And he lets it go through. And I believe he brings back Deoxys out. Oh, he brings in Bastion, okay. So here is just try to get at least one charge move off, go for an ice beam. Probably should have gone play rough. Probably would have done more damage, but right here, as you can see, I bring in Deoxys, and I'm going to go ahead and shield this flamethrower. And I have a ton of energy built up, but I switch out to Metachan, so probably didn't need to do that, but I'm able to get off the power-up punch here and take down his Bastion, and now he's got his 1 Deoxys left. He's going to go ahead and use Psycho Boost, which does a good chunk of damage against Metachan. I'm going to go for an Ice Punch here to possibly burn a shield, which he does. And he's got another charge move ready to go. And again, just doing as much damage as I can. But I knew that I would have this this round here because I do have my own Deoxys with plenty of energy if I needed it. But Metachan was able to stick it out and take game 1. So going on to game 2. I'm going to lead with Azumarill. He's going to lead with Sableye. And again, I have the good matchup here. And again, we're just going to farm up, play rough, and do as much damage as we can with the fast moves. And he's going to have a Foul Play ready to go, which I'm not going to shield because, again, I don't need to. Because it's not going to do that much damage. He's going to switch out to Venusaur. I'm going to go ahead and use Play Rough. And he's going to let that go through. And then immediately I'm going to switch into Metachan. So going for the Power-Up Punch here, which I believe he lets this go through. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and shield whatever attack this is because it's going to do major damage. And we're just going to go to town, try to get an Ice Beam to finish off this Venusaur. But I'm going to let this here go through, even though it's going to do massive damage. And I'm able to take down this Venusaur, and I have 2 charges ready to go. As you can see there, going for an Ice Punch to just do some damage or burn his shield. He's going to let that go through, and then I'm going to bring back in my Azumarill here. So probably didn't need to shield that. I decided anyways just to be safe. And then he switches back out to Deoxys here. Gonna go for an Ice Beam, which causes him to use his shield. And we're just gonna go to town. I'm able to get off one more Play Rough here before he gets any charge move of his. And he's gonna shield that as well. So now he's down both shields. And he's going to use the Thunderbolt. So I was worried that he had a Thunderbolt. But I'm able to bring in my Defense Form Deoxys here. And at this point, I thought that this was going to go into Game 3 because his Deoxys still has a good chunk of health. And that Thunderbolt does a good amount of damage to me. And he still has that Sableye as well, which is going to hurt against Deoxys. As you can see here, we're just going away. I go for a Psycho Boost here to take down, or basically almost take down his Deoxys. But he's going to counter with a Thunderbolt. And at this point, I'm like, yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to get this off. But I'm able to get off one more Psycho Boost here to take down his Sableye and take the win. So 4 rounds, 4 wins. Ended up going undefeated here. And yeah, so it was a really fun tournament. I had a lot of fun. We do have a Jungle Cup starting soon with pretty much the exact same people. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions for me, or if you want to know exactly what my team lineup was or what attacks they had and whatnot, let me know in the comments. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.